Do you guys want to hear about the latest controversy that's been going down with this woman who was kicked out of a coffee shop for having a Dunkin' Donuts cup, but not before she bought one of their Danishes? Now, the coffee shop is in fact saying that people are threatening their cafe, and she is asking for the woman to take her video down.
You doing an ad for Dunkin' Donuts outside my store?
No. I'm so sorry.
Also, obviously, the Google reviews have been absolutely flooded with people saying that they were humiliating this woman by what they did to her. So, if you don't know about it, I'm going to guide you through it because this story has so many twists and turns, you're going to want to stick around. There was a lady called Zaria who is up here. She was in Fort Worth, Texas, and she went to go to a Dunkin'. She went and got a Dunkin', and then she went and she set up her phone, and she was doing like a little outfit of the day kind of TikTok situation that was kind of in front of this coffee shop.
You doing an ad for Dunkin' Donuts outside my store?
No. I'm so sorry. No.
I was gonna say that's a little
I know. I saw this and I was like, I'm coming in.
Yeah.
I am coming in.
You can finish your Dunkin'. It's
Thank
okay.
you. I'm in front of a coffee shop. How freaking awkward. Well, I guess this just turned into a vlog of me trying your cafe. So come on in.
The coffee shop owner comes out and says, "Are you doing an ad for Dunkin' Donuts in front of my store?" And Zaria was laughing it off. Now, the name of this cafe is called Fior Cafe in Fort Worth, Texas. Now, she decides to go in with her coffee cup. What Zaria does not hear, because she's laughing, she's uncomfortably laughing through this, she doesn't hear the lady say, "Finish your Dunkin', and then come in." So she then brings her Dunkin' inside and she does a little filmy film and she shows parts of the cafe. Apparently the cafe was quite full. She then comes back outside and says that they kicked her out of the cafe for bringing in a drink from outside.
Oh, sweetie.
Yes. So like, how embarrassing. And then she kicked me out because she said, we don't do outside drinks in here. You're so right. But I got me a cheese Danish, so I got it. Let's try it and rate it 1 through 10 from my car, respectfully.
In the second video, she clears up any confusion by saying that she did not hear the owner say, "Finish your drink." She didn't hear her say that because she was laughing. She does also acknowledge the fact that she was on the cafe's property, and that she didn't actually have an intention of going into the shop to buy anything.
What happened was I went to Dunkin', I got the drink, and then I saw that they had a cute little place on the other side of the street. If you see my video, like, I think the building behind me is Dunkin'. It's quite literally across the street. So I went over there and I was on her property. Just want to throw that out there because I know that's like, was I on the sidewalk? Was I in public? No, I was on her property. They had a little patio area right outside of the cafe. And I set my phone up on the table and was standing in front of it. And I did not have intentions of going in there. I really just wanted to record my job, my drink of the day, outfit of the day, and book of the day.
However, it was only after she bought the Danish and she went and sat down did the owner say, "Yeah, you have to leave because you're not allowed any outside drinks in this coffee shop."
Me being me, I believe that everybody comes with good intentions, okay? That is just the light in me because I move with good intentions, so I assume everybody else does as well. Okay, so I, again, was like, oh my gosh, I am sipping from a chain outside of her local establishment. This is awkward, laugh it off or whatever. And so I didn't hear her say, though, that you can go ahead and finish your Dunkin' or whatever, because I'm just like laughing and like embarrassed at that moment. So went inside and I recorded a little bit of everywhere. I don't try to record other people, so that's why it looked like it was empty. It was full. Like, there was a lot of people in there. But anyways, I went up there. She saw me recording. I went up there, chit-chatted with her, asked for a cheese Danish or whatever. Was like, oh my gosh, didn't know y'all here. Whatever. We had a smooth little conversation about my Danish. And then I went to go sit down and also film a little bit more. And then that's when she came up and she said, "Oh, sweetie." That's when I cut off the video because I thought she was going to say something about me recording, because I know people can be kind of iffy about that. I didn't think that it was about the drink because, for one, I didn't hear her earlier about the drink thing. And for two, I have been in coffee shops before because I've done studying, done work and stuff like that, where I have bought in outside food, and like my Yeti or water bottles or whatever. So I didn't know that it was a thing or not a thing. It kind of just varies case by case, you know what I mean? So anyways, I say all that to say that in that moment, I didn't see it as a thing. I was just like, oh shoot, I can't bring in outside drinks or whatever. I was like, this is your, I guess would be your competitor or whatever, because it's across the street. So I was like, hey, it is what it is. I left or whatever, laughed off the whole thing.
This whole time she's being super sweet. She's saying, I don't seek revenge on this coffee shop. I wasn't offended, all this and that. She points out the fact that she's going through a bit of a hard time at the moment, but the way that she deals with awkwardness is to laugh through it, hence the reason why she didn't hear her say. And what a lot of people are saying is that they were trying to humiliate her. They were basically inviting her into the coffee shop and then making her almost buy a Danish and then saying, now you got to get out. I think that there could be two things going on, which you may not want to hear, you may not like it, but I do believe there's either two things going on. One, they could just be trying to genuinely humiliate her. Apparently the owner was being very, very, very nice when she walked in, but it was only after she bought the Danish, she was like, now you got to get out. Number two, maybe they said she couldn't stay when she went and sat down because they assumed that she was just coming in to get a takeaway Danish. I don't know. I will say that if they have such a hard stance on not letting drinks inside at the premises, then surely they would remind her when she was coming up to pay for the item, not after she'd already paid. Do you see what I mean? I have been to quite a lot of places that literally say do not bring outside food and drinks in, and a lot of people do still try and do it and do get away with it. I think a lot of it is to do with allergies, but either way, I do definitely think something's a little bit suspicious is going on there when you're all sweet and smiley when she's going to be buying something, and then instantly you're like, get out. Also, obviously, just like to add as well, is that given the current climate with everything that's going on, kicking a black woman out of a cafe in the circumstances that had happened is obviously, it's not the look, is it? It's not the greatest look. Following on from this, the cafe got such bad Google reviews, shocking, appalling. So what then ended up happening is they then released a statement to try and combat this, because allegedly they were having people just camping outside of their cafe. And leaving like all sorts of really threatening things towards them. So they then released a statement that said, we're aware of a recent viral video that's brought a lot of unexpected attention to our cafe. Unfortunately, the response online has led to a wave of false reviews, hurtful comments, and even threats directed at our team. We're truly sorry if our tone or words came across differently than intended, as that was never our goal. We'd never want anyone to feel unwelcome here. We're a family-run spot and we care deeply about our community and everyone who walks through our doors. The situation in the video has been taken out of context. Our staff simply reminded the customer of our no outside food or drink policy. We are saddened that less than 10 seconds of video can cause such strong, hateful opinions when we know who we are as a business. Of course, it does not end there, because they then tried to get into contact, well, they did get into contact with Zaria, where the owner's son or daughter, not completely clear, tries to contact her to say, hey, yeah, point taken, can you please remove the video?
Answer your question simply, this is exactly what's happening. Do I feel bad? Yes. I know everybody's like, I shouldn't feel bad. I do feel bad, because that was not my intention in the video. I was quite literally just trying to support. This is the outcome of it. What I will say, though, is if over millions of people are telling you, hey, you were in the wrong, feel like you really should just probably apologize. I don't think that is my place to make things right more than I already have been, which is saying I don't condone death threats and saying that I was just trying to keep it positive. I've already said my spiel on it. I'm not taking the video down. It's already got 3 million views. People have already been doing all these different think pieces and stuff like that. At this point, it happened. It's a learning lesson. They're saying that they're going to file reports and all that stuff now. Hey, you got to do what you got to do at this point, but I quite literally did not. I mean, I started this obviously from the video, but I did not start the berating.
Now, bear this in mind. Zaria has said from the very beginning that she that she accepts if there's any apology. She doesn't have any ill will towards the cafe. She was simply sharing her own experience, And she does mention that, you know, if millions of people are seeing an issue with what the cafe has done, then maybe the cafe should actually sit and reflect on it. What I will say about the apology, not really an admission of guilt. That there was no admission of guilt in the apology. It was basically saying, you know, if you feel like there was no, we are truly sorry for making this customer feel like this. It wasn't like that. At the end of the day, it costs absolutely nothing to be kind to people. Even as Zaria says, you know, she misheard. The cafe could have just kindly reminded her when she walked in, you know, that could have happened.
Wasn't until I read some of the comments and then I talked to people who actually know me and know how I move and know how I have relationships with other people that they had to tell me, hey, Zaria, like that was a little passive aggressive and like it could have been handled in a different manner. But again, she could have told me before I bought it. I agree. She could have before I spent my money there. All the people that are like, why would you still go in there? Blah, blah, blah. Why'd you still go in there? All that stuff. Because it was a cute coffee shop. Okay, and if I wanted a fun little treat, I love cheese danishes. She had cheese danishes, I'm gonna get a cheese danish.
So they tried reaching out. They said, hey there, my mum owns Fior Cafe and I saw the TikTok that was posted today and we have received a ton of negative reviews on Google. Also starting to get some rude comments on our Insta post. I was wondering if you were available for a quick chat about what happened. I'm just trying to understand what went down and see if we can come to a conclusion. And she says, hey girl, my intention was not to berate this business by any means. I actually wanted to promote it. I do apologise for all of the death threats. I do not condone that at all and posted that in my recent video. I will say that people get angry, TikTok get angrier about situations like this. He said, thank you for responding. I totally understand that was not your intention. You have a very positive energy and that is why it was so shocking to read the comments. See nearly 100 nasty reviews on Google. Receive calls all day of people saying they are outside the store, harassing my mother, etc. I would really like to be able to talk to you on a more personal level and ask you if you would be able to take the video down. The rate at which the hate is coming in is quite scary. She was then sent a video of people literally standing outside, like threatening to come into the stores. She then says, hey, I'm so sorry to keep bothering you, but this is getting out of hand and I'm really asking you at this point if there's anything we can do to make this right. Zaria says, as for me, there's nothing for you guys to do for me. I have made peace with the situation. I made the video to discuss how I feel about it. I made the video to support you guys. I can't control how other people respond, unfortunately. I can only control how I respond, which was with nothing but positivity. However, I will not be taking the video down. Very firm stance from Zaria, and the cafe then said, I'm glad you found peace with it. I totally get the video was in support of us. However, it has not helped. We are receiving threats every minute and it's only getting worse. I know we can't control how other people respond, but we can control the space in which the hate is being fueled. You could put a complete end to it by deleting the video or making it private. We are just trying to ensure the safety of our employees, and unfortunately, we have received enough threats to where we have filed a report about the situation. So yes, a report has in fact been filed about this whole situation. I do understand what Zaria is saying when she is saying, you know, I just created the video and millions of you guys have, you know, made a judgment about it. You're seeing it through the lens in which I have obviously posted it. We didn't see the escalation of them asking her to leave. Obviously, we didn't see that bit, but it, you know, if a lot of people are saying that there was something the matter with the way that the owner responded and directed Zaria, then even Zaria deleting the video is just, it's not going to make a difference at this point. Even if she did delete the video, there are so many stitches to this thing that it would quite honestly make no difference. I just know the cafe is going to be pissed. Because I think it was people have now written an article on it. They're going to be so pissed.
Hey, this is insane. First and foremost, thank God. Thank y'all, because y'all are so unhinged. But thank you so much for the support and so much. I'm really having trouble processing this because what y'all don't understand is that about 4 days ago, I was, not nobody, but like I only had like 200 followers. Nobody knew who I was. And now I'm in a People magazine. What is life? I know that with this platform, I will use it to the best of my ability. Continue to look at local coffee shops. Y'all have given me so many recommendations and I'm so excited to use them and to see them. And support local businesses, the dog book shop.
I think it's just because I'm thinking about it from like a personal level. There are so pretty much most of the pubs and shops around here you can't bring in your own food. I'm just so used to seeing those signs, but like I say, not everyone really listens to it. Yeah, can I understand like the owner needing to say something? Yeah. What I don't fully understand is them then kicking up a fuss as she's already brought it. It would feel extremely humiliating in front of a whole cafe full of people. I can understand how they could have gone about that completely differently. Also, the apology was not issued very well. I think that they should have already have sent her these messages on like how can we do right, da 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 da, you know, come back in for a coffee. They could have done it like that, but instead they didn't. They just sort of did like a no admission of guilt apology, which is one of the ones that I can't really stand, and then apologized privately only after they were getting called out. Do you know what I mean? Could they have thought she was getting a takeaway Danish? Very possibly, but then why would they let, like, come on now, like, you would have said to her the minute you saw her walk in through the door, hey, can you please finish your coffee? You would have said that one more time, not have her already pay and sit down. Like, it's just like, come on, you know what you were doing. You wanted her to buy that Danish. Do you know what I mean? Like, the more I'm thinking about it, I'm like, you know, you wanted her to buy that Danish. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got to say. I've got no idea where this cafe are going to be headed now because they have got so many bad Google reviews. But who really knows? Who really knows? Yeah, that's pretty much it. What's everyone else's thoughts and feelings on this whole coffee shop Dunkin' Donuts fiasco? I would love to hear it. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Wherever you are in this world, take care of each other, take care of yourselves, and I will catch up with you guys in the next video.